Ingredients are delivered to your door weekly in a refrigerated box and come paired with an easy-to-follow recipe card. Rediscover how fun cooking can be while enjoying specialty ingredients and exploring new flavors and cuisines. Get your first 3 Blue Apron meals free plus free shipping by visiting blueapron.com/American. And from Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. When it comes to the big decision of choosing a mortgage lender, work with one that aims to protect your best interests. Rocket Mortgage provides a transparent online process that helps you understand all the details of your home loan. You can even adjust the rate and length of your loan in real time to make sure you get the right mortgage solution for you. Skip the bank, skip the waiting, and go completely online at quickenloans.com/American. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
This is American Life from our class. Today's program, In Defense of Ignorance. Stories making the case for not knowing. The case, I admit, you do not hear very often. We've arrived at Act 2 of our program, Act 2, Ignorance for Dummies. So in the first half of our show, we had a woman who was kept in ignorance by her family. In this half of the show, we're going to turn to people who are just ignorant. They just don't know stuff. And they don't know what they don't know, which, hello, turns out to be all of us. Shunko has details and empirical data.
There's this story about ignorance that David Dunning really loves. He's a psychology professor, and he's even cited it in his research. It's about a guy named MacArthur Wheeler, who, in 1995, robbed a couple of banks in Pennsylvania and didn't wear a mask.
And he was arrested, and the police basically said, well, we have you on the surveillance tapes. And he said, no, you don't. And they showed him the tapes, and he saw his face, and he stared incredulously and said, but I wore the juice. I wore the juice.
The juice.
Yes, apparently MacArthur Wheeler was under the impression that smearing your face with lemon juice made it fuzzy or invisible to video cameras. Wow. From his credit, he had actually tested this theory. He took a selfie, but I think he missed the camera.
The thing about MacArthur Wheeler wasn't just that he was an idiot. It was that he thought he was doing everything right, which made David Dunning think.
When people are wrong, or when they're performing poorly, or for lack of a better word, when they're incompetent, do they know they're incompetent?
And he had a guess, which was, no, they do not know they're incompetent.
And so he decided to do some experiments and find out.
Now, this may not sound like something you can easily test for. It's like trying to measure the height and weight of somebody's insecurity. But Professor Dunning and his grad student partner, Justin Kruger, figured out a way to do it. They got different groups of undergrads together, this was at Cornell University, and gave them one of 3 quizzes. One was on grammar, another on logical reasoning, and another, weirdly, on humor. Like, which one of these jokes is the funniest? We had a panel of comedians rate the jokes ahead of time. And at the end of the quizzes, they asked each student a simple question. How well do you think you did? Or more specifically, in what percentile did you land? That is, what percentage of the other students taking the test do you think you beat? And then they gathered together all of that data and ran the numbers.
And I still remember looking at the first graph to this day. And the big finding is we took a look at the bottom 25% of people in each study. These are the people who had done the worst. Their scores are falling in the 11th, the 12th, the 13th percentile.
In other words, really low scores.
But they think they're performing the 60th, the 65th, the 70th percentile.
Among the better percentiles.
So that's right. They think that they've beat out a majority of their peers. One way to think about it, if you look at people basically who are about to get D's and F's with the exam they've just handed in, they think they're getting B's, B pluses with the exam they just handed in.
In short, there seemed to be a direct correlation between incompetence and an overweening sense of self-confidence. It wasn't apparent in every poor performing student, but it was in the majority of them. Most people who did badly thought they did just fine, or even great. They had no idea. Now, anybody who's ever gone to school, worked a job, or known any other people knows this phenomenon. There's that guy or lady who's cocky and has no idea what they're doing, and it's infuriating. But here in Douglas Lab, what did they do? They did this experiment 4 times on 4 different people. Bottom performers thought they were at least above average. And in 1999, Dunning and Kruger published their findings in a paper called Unskilled and Unaware of It. And their conclusion was this. When someone asks, so how do you think you did? And you open your mouth to answer, you're drawing on the same skill set to answer that question that you use to answer the questions on the test.
That is, the lack of skill means not only are you going to go on mistakes, but it also means you're not going to be able to catch mistakes, yours or anybody else's. You're going to think often that what you're saying is absolutely reasonable. This is the double curse.
It's not that you're ignorant and also happen to be overconfident. You're ignorant and it makes you overconfident. On the other hand, students who scored well, who really were in the higher percentile, they tended to guess that they scored a little worse than they actually did. And for kind of an endearing reason. They figured most of the kids around them knew as much as they did. In other words, they weren't mistaken about themselves. They knew themselves pretty well. They misjudged other people, thinking, probably as smart as I am. Over the years, Dunning and other researchers have run the same experiment in different ways over and over again. And the result is pervasive. Competitive debaters who were doing badly didn't know they were doing badly. People at chess tournaments, trap and skeet shooters when they're quizzed on gun safety, medical professionals.
You'll find for some procedures, for example, that the interns, like catheterization procedures, exactly, instead of think they know this technique so well they can teach it to other people, whereas 0 of their instructors agree. In fact, 50% of their instructors say, no, this person needs still to be supervised whenever they do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like all psychological phenomena, this one pretty quickly grew a name. Dunning was insistent that he and Kruger had nothing to do with the coining of that name. The name, the Dunning-Kruger effect.
If you, for example, go on Twitter and type in Dunning-Kruger, you'll see it's the effect mentioned several times a day.
Several times a day?
Several times a day.
Well, I have a computer in front of me, and I'm going to Twitter. Dunning-Kruger. Oh, here we go. Trump is a static display